Alright guys, so caught a few muskrats today here. So we're gonna do the muskrat part. We're gonna do fur handling there. Okay, so let's skin this muskrat here. First off, I just like to take a fur brush, just kind of get them all cleaned up. Okay, next we're going to take a pair of side cutters and we're just going to cut his arms off right here. Just whack them off here. Okay. Now, I know there's lots of guys out there who can skin muskrats in a minute, this, that, and the other. If you can do that, this video isn't for you. This video is strictly, educational. So, we're going to go slow. I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, there's many different ways. This is my preferred method. I've got two bolts here on the side of my table that are about 1.25 inches apart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the muskrat here and I'm going to put his foot in there. And he holds him, and I'm going to start here at the tail. I'm going to make a cut straight from the tail to the hind foot there. Okay? There's no need to make like a money cut on a muskrat. Muskrats are graded by the square inches. Not by, so you gain nothing by cutting them down lower. You'll actually end up going down a size. We'll get that done. We'll hook him right like that on the other side. Okay. Now I like to just kind of work him down a little bit here. So I get my knife in there, come up a little bit. We'll leave just a little piece of the tail on. Okay? Next we'll come around here. We'll do the same on this side. Cut up, leave a little piece of the tail. Cut down a little bit. Free all that up. Okay, next we'll take him here. I like to come around the back side. We'll just use our hands here. Just to kind of free up around the leg here. See, I'm just working around. Come up. Cut that off. Come around to the other side here. Do the same thing. Cut that off. Okay. Next, I like to just set him on his butt like that. Put my hand on his head, okay? And then just push him through himself. Alright. I found that's just the best way for me to do it. You end up with him. Come right here. Just work his belly with your hands. This works real good with muskrats that are caught in bigger conibears. We'll just work our hands underneath him like so. Give a little tug back here to the back. We'll cut that free. Next we can just give him a pull up to his arms. Because we cut his feet off there, we'll just pull his arms through. Okay? Next we've got his head. So simply I just put it back between these two bolts here. That holds the head in a nice place. And we'll just work down the head here, coming to the eyes. After we get past the ears there, just working with our knife. You can see by having his head there secured between the bolts, you can really kind of work and put a little tension with your hand on his face. We'll just work right down his face there with our knife. Once we get to his jaw there, come down to his nose. We'll cut his nose right there. Pull out the bottom lip, cut that off. So there you have it. There's your skinned muskrat. These are kind of an early winter muskrat. You can see there's actually quite a bit of fat on these muskrats, more so than in your late winter spring muskrats. So we're going to actually put him on the beam here and do a little fleshing to him. We'll do that here real quick, and then we'll board him. Okay? Okay, so we're got our little narrow beam here. We're going to flesh this muskrat. Like to take him here. We'll put him sideways where his arm's right here. And this will allow you just to turn him just a few times. So we're going to start, muskrats primarily have the fat, if at all, around the cheek area, in the armpit, and then down at the base. So we're not going to use sharp side at all. We're just going to scrape here. We're going to work down. You can see we pulled the cheek. We're going to work down to the base here. Once we do that, we can spin him. Come around to the other side here. Just work right down. We're just going to push all that off. Now you can see I'm leaving this red membrane. If at all possible, you want to leave as much of that membrane on these muskrats as you possibly can. We're going to come around here to the back. Not much fat on this one here. We'll just work right here at the base of the tail. You can see we've only turned him 3 times. We'll come around right here to the front, or to the back rather, the belly side, and we're just going to get that little piece of meat right there and finish off down here at the base. Okay, that's that. This rat's fleshed. You can see there's not really much to it. We'll take him over here and we'll put him on the board. Okay, so we're going to board our right here. Got our board here. It's got our lines drawn on it for sizes. This one here is Tanafa Specs. Just gonna slide the muskrat over board here. We're gonna make sure he's all nice and squared up here. Okay, now everybody wants to pull down this tail first. That is wrong. You don't get anything from right here down, so there's no point in pulling that tail way down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a pin here, and we're going to come here to the side. We're going to put a pin, get him down by where we want him. We're going to put a pin there. We're going to come over here to this other side here. We're going to get another pin in it. You can see that squares him up real nice. Okay, next we're going to take and we're going to put a pin right there in that little bit of tail that we left on, just because that holds a little better than in the skin. We're going to leave this pretty loose though, really. Okay, you're not going to get your muskrat down to this line right here. He's going to stay that size. Okay, we're going to come here to this side here, do the same. Situate that pin a little bit there, get him squared up till he's all squared up. Okay, now you can see he's right there. Next, just to clean him up here along the edge, I'm going to take a good sharp knife. You're not going to lose anything by cleaning it up. It's going to make it look real nice. You can see the difference there, how nice that looks as opposed to that. We're just going to clean that up. Look real nice. All right, now if you're real close to a line and you want to just kind of square that up, that doesn't hurt anything at all, just to keep it from pulling up as it dries. Like I said, muskrats are stretched or measured from the highest point up, and they're measured by a computer. So they're measured by square inches. So we've got him there. We've come here, he looks nice and clean. We're gonna take our knife, we're gonna cut the bottom lip off. If you ship them international, they put a tag right here, so you wanna make sure you get that lip out of the way. So they'll put a machine in here and they'll put a tag in there. If you don't have that nice and clean, they gotta do it by hand. Well, then you're just asking for problems. All right, finally, I've got a zip tie here with a bunch of electrical tape on the end of it. Big ball of it. Gonna stick this down here through his arms. As you can see the difference? How nice that looks as opposed to that arm sticking up. Makes for a real nice presentation. It just pulls that arm in a little bit inside the body. Looks real nice. All right, and finally, we'll need our belly board. I just used 3/8 dowel rods here for this. Come right off, put our belly board in. There's your muskrat. You can see how nice he looks like that. Got the membrane. That's properly handled muskrat. We'll hang him up, let him dry. And anyway, guys, that's muskrat. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.